Hi, Marie. Really nice to have you
Hello,
join me
Cindy.
today to talk about your forthcoming event for the Audacious Women Festival, which sounds really
Hmm.
exciting. And
I hope
want,
so.
want you to tell everybody what to expect and a little bit of information about yourself and about Fanny Riot. So
Yeah, of
maybe we
course.
could start off with just you, if you can introduce yourself and tell us about Fanny Riot.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Marie Williamson. I am an aerial dancer based in Edinburgh, and I now live in Glasgow. But my company I work for is in Edinburgh. And yeah, for the last 7, 8 years, I've been working with a company down in Leith, and we teach and perform aerial dance all around Scotland. And then a couple of years ago, I've always had politics in my life. I grew up with my dad in a political party, and I've grown up in the arts. And I just sort of came to a crossroads where I was like, how can I bring the arts and politics into my life? And also, I was sick and tired of the political state that we're in. So I reached out to anyone who was a self identified woman to say, do you want to come along and start a collaborative called Fanny Riot, which was inspired by the Russian punk group Pussy Riot. But obviously, being Scottish, I do things a bit more satirically. So I wanted to make a bit of a funnier protest provocateur group, is what we call ourselves. So we've done different performances around Scotland at events. So we've done stuff at Extinction Rebellion. We've also done a performance at Noiriki, and all of them have like a political, social, or environmental vibe behind it. And we just sort of use our performance skills to raise questions and to allow people to have conversations about what we're trying to bring to the table. So we're definitely not know-it-alls. We just like to get dressed up and wear fanny masks around our face and dress up as granny fannies. And yeah, just use the arts in a way of creating a juicy conversation about issues that might be slightly hard to talk about sometimes because
Yeah.
it's really serious.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit about us. And there's a big group of us. There's like, I think there's between like 10 and 30 of us that sort of come in and out. Some are in the arts, some are mums, some are working in coffee shops, some are managers. We've got all different people from age ranges as well. So yeah, we're a very open collective.
Great. Great. So, and juicy conversations, as you say, um, doesn't get much juicier than a bingo game
Oh,
with the
bingo
subject
is the
matter at the
juiciest.
top. So, and when I was reading it, I read that there's actually somebody called Dr. Fanny.
Dr. Fanny,
That's
yes.
not you.
That is not me. No, I am actually Dr. Flaps. I Dr. Fanny knows a lot more than I do. I just lead some of the sort of breakaway games. Dr. Fanny will be leading the Fanny Bingo Bango event, which is next Friday the 19th. This Friday the 19th. At 7 o'clock, and she will be doing a bingo game like no other. She will be calling all the numbers as you usually do in a bingo game, but with each number, there may be a special fact all about sexual health and history. And we want to try and use this opportunity to educate and strike conversations about the body and about sex and all those issues that sometimes people get a bit like, oh, I don't want to have these conversations. But we'll start all the conversations because Dr. Fanny and myself, Dr. Flaps, don't really have much embarrassment about it. So yes, my role is going to be doing a couple of sideway like breakout room games and tasks that you'll be in teams for. So it's also going to be a nice opportunity because at the bingo, it's a social. Do you know? I don't think there are people that go along for the serious bingo calling, but you know, it is a social. So we want to try and navigate this new world of Zoom and bring bingo and a social world into that.
Yeah, sounds like a great opportunity for after months and months of people having to resort to the video messaging systems like this to keep in touch with friends and family, to do something that is quite fun and informative and get
Totally.
together for a real kind of girly session, you know. And I'm
Totally.
and I'm thinking, you know, because you know, there's not a lot out there for the different generations in a family to do together, grannies, mums, daughters, that this because people could bring their own team together. Is that right? They could bring.
Exactly. Yeah. You can get your tickets. So I've got a few pals that have got tickets and they can go in a team to get, they can say that they want to be in a team together. It's a max of 6 in a team. And they can come along. And it's a total great opportunity to be in different houses, to be together, have a laugh, learn something. And exactly, you don't need to be of a certain generation to come along to this. Not at all. Like, I think this is where we want everyone to come together with information and knowledge and facts from different eras and different generations and meld it together so we can start a new conversation together and to share everything. I think that's important, is to share our knowledge with one another. So hopefully this is an opportunity to do that. So if there's anyone out there that wants to bring their granny along, we support the grannies out there. Bring them along. They will be good at the bingo. So like, get them involved.
And you know what? Quite often, grannies are the least inhibited.
Oh, I
The
totally.
older you get, the less you care about being embarrassed. Let me
And the
tell you.
more experience you've had, especially when it comes to the
This
bedroom.
is true, although younger people don't always necessarily want to hear about the
Of
experience
course
grannies
not.
and mums have had. But no, I'm not sure that my 15-year-old would join me on this, but it'd be great if she would. But I will try.
Maybe she can make a rival team.
Ah, no, she would probably love that because she'd love to prove that she knows more than me. That
Exactly.
would go for lots of other mums and teenage daughters out there, I'm sure. So, what do you say to those people that are maybe watching this and because you know, unfortunately, it's still quite difficult for lots of people to have conversations and talk openly about stuff to do with sex and bodies and all the rest of it, who might feel a bit nervous or, you know, worried about this idea of, you know, things going on where you've got them doing activities and maybe
Yep.
having to speak up. What do you say to them?
I mean, like, in all honesty, I was also quite, I didn't really like speaking about sex or the body or issues within my own body until a couple of years ago. And I think it was just because I didn't really know how to start that conversation. And this is where the idea of Fanny Bingo came around, was that how do you use a game that's fun that everyone knows and try and bring in body issues, sex, sexual health, sexual diseases, do you know, everything that we experience, but yet somehow we find very difficult to talk about. So we want to try and be the orchestrators of this. But at the same time, anyone that comes along, hopefully you will learn something. But if you don't want to speak and you don't want to participate fully in the conversion about it, and you know there's certain words that maybe you just think, I just can't even say that yet, that's fine. You don't have to. And it's really about, consent is a massive thing, do you know? So it's really about how much you want to consent yourself forwards to take part. And hopefully those people that maybe just want to sit and enjoy being with people and taking part in the bingo and learning something without speaking will have just as much fun as those that are going to fully engage and take part in all the activities. Because I think, yeah, I totally understand, but this is the sort of, this is our slow creeping way of trying to get these conversations
Yeah.
happening a bit more naturally.
No, I think it's a great idea, and it links very well into another event that's happening, Gusset Grippers with Elaine Miller, who have also been talking to, and I believe she's coming along to your event. So
Fantastic.
I think you should actually give her a handicap. I think for this team she's in, that's far too much of an advantage
She
because
knows.
she's got far too much information already. She's an expert.
But
So
do you know something? There's some facts that I was astonished at some of the facts I was finding out. Do you know, like thinking about like what sexual artifacts have been found throughout history, and thinking about how far back they go, and different groups that might have been around in the last couple of 100 years that you'd think, no, never. There's quite a lot of things. So I'm would happily bring her along, and welcome her into it, and hopefully she can also teach us some things, because I'm constantly learning. This is a never ending journey for us. We are always learning new facts, and some facts become stagnant and we chuck them out the window and we get the new ones in, because that's it, things are always evolving.
Yeah. So on the things that you found out, what has been the most shocking or outrageous or funny fact that you found?
Oh, there's been so many. One of the facts that I took out of putting in the quiz on Friday so I can give it away, was that sharks don't actually smell periods. So if anyone's out in the sea and they're worried, oh, a shark might come and get me if if I'm menstruating, no, definitely not. They will not. So that is
to know.
It's very. For many a years, I was always scared of leading out into the sea and a shark just coming along and being like, oh, hiya.
Now that's a strange one, isn't it? And we're going to after this, we're going to have to go and Google that.
Fact check. Yep. Fact check everything.
All right. So what can you tell us? What time is the event on at?
So Friday the 19th, on at 7:00, and it's on until 9. There'll be a short break in the middle just to stretch your legs. I know it's a Friday evening, but in the good sense of that, it is a Friday evening. So if you come along with your team and you're inclined to have a little tipple of something, then you can do so. So yeah, Friday evening. And I believe there's a fabulous virtual Audacious Festival website that's happened. So it's not just like, here's an email, there's a Zoom. It's actually something, an event you can attend, which sounds amazing. And that's something I really miss.
Well, and the thing with the breakout rooms, there is also at the end of it, if people are having a really good time, and maybe they might have some questions about the sharks or whatever, we have the cafe, so people can go into the cafe area to continue their chat and conversation. So
we would love that.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's going to be a fabulous event. And
I hope so. Yeah. This is our first time we've done it online, obviously, because we usually set ourselves up in a pub. So we're really excited to host it. And with everything that we do, we're also really excited for people to come along and also to give feedback to us. Because we are like I was saying earlier, it's a never ending process of learning. And it's only through people feeding things into us that we are able to then bring it back to others. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And I know that Dr. Fanny is also looking forward to it. We have been having lots of conversations online, very important, serious conversations about flaps over the last 2 weeks.
And will there be some props for demonstrating things?
There might be some videos. We have lots of props, and there might even be a prize. Very exciting prize.
Yes. Well, it sounds like a fantastic night, and we're all looking forward to it. And maybe you'll have more of them after the success of this event, and it could become a regular. Because I think there's probably no end to the questions that you can set up for future bingo sessions. So that might be something everybody can look forward to. But for now, just to say thank you very much for joining us and telling us all about the event, and hope it's a good success.
Thank you.
Do you pay, by the way, or is it donation?
It's donation. So if you, the tickets are free, and if you are able to, at this moment in time, give a donation, then you can. And I think tickets are running out. We're like 2/3 of the way there. So definitely get your tickets sooner rather than later, and book it. All your pals and your grannies and your aunties and whoever else is coming along, book them all in and get the tickets. And you can also find out the information for the event not only just on the Audacious Women's Festival site, but also through our Facebook page and our Instagram, which is Fanny Riot. So yeah, you can find out all the information there as well.
Great. Excellent. Well, thanks a lot, Marie.
Thank
And
you so much, Cindy.
I'll see you at the weekend. Take care.
Woo! Look forward to it. Dr. Flaps is looking forward to showing off our stuff.
All right. Thank you for now.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.